Hey guys, so seeing that I've had some time on my hands, I finally got around to organizing my bin full of action figures. And I thought today I would show you how I went ahead and did that and what materials I used in order to do that. In case you want to do something similar in your own home. I'll also show you some of the ways I organized and reorganized some of my other figures as well. So let's go ahead and show you the inside of this box here, and then we'll talk about the materials that you need. So I've had this tote for quite some time, and I've been meaning to organize it so it's easier to get access to the figures that I want to get, either for review purposes or for putting up on display. But I've always found in the past that it took me a lot of time just to dig through everything to find those figures I want. So what I've actually gone ahead and did is I've designed it in a way that I can have them divide it in certain things. So as you can see right at the top here, I actually have a little kind of sliding shelf here that I've made out of a cardboard box. I just cut it down, and I can put whatever figures I want in there or on the top, kind of like overflow. On the far side over here, kind of has just all my vintage figures in it. I have a mishmash of figures here. I have all of my wife's rebooting and other figures that she has. And of course, I have the two Assassin's Creed flags. But underneath these, I've got a little shelf that can pop up. And it has even more storage for my Marvel Legends. So it's really cool, it's really kind of unique, and it allows you to, or allows me to at least store away most of my figures better. By no means is it like an absolute best solution. I could use other material to build it, but due to the fact that everywhere right now is kind of on lockdown or closed down due to the current situation in the world, I used what I had in order to build it. So let's go ahead and just talk about what materials I actually used. All right, so here's all the materials that I used to make those dividers and the shelf and tray for that tote. Of course, you also need a tote in order to put all that stuff in. But it was really easy. I used the foam core in order to build the mid dividers inside that tote. I used, of course, a bigger cutting board than this, but I had a cutting board, a knife, a bunch of different metal rulers, tape to tape it all together with, and of course some cardboard in order to make that tray on the top. It was really simple to do, didn't take a lot of time. I just kind of winged it and measured out what I thought would fit in the tote and go from there. If you guys happen to have this material sitting around your house and you want to make some dividers for any of your storage needs, I definitely highly recommend it. In the future, I might actually buy some more durable material other than the foam board, but I want to use up some of the excess foam board that I had. That the cats had chewed or ripped up, and I wasn't going to use it for any diorama builds. So what a great way to still be able to reuse that material. Now let me go ahead and show you some of the other solutions that I have for storage of my figures and accessories. Alright, so before we go ahead and discuss the two other options I have here, I do want to put a disclaimer out there. I do have a video that will be coming out in the next week or two talking about this style of toolbox. And at the time I filmed that video, I was using this for different storage. But stay tuned, check that out because it can give you some great ideas. Of course, since then, I have repurposed it for other means. But let's go ahead and talk about these little 8x5x11 tote boxes. I actually picked up these two at London Drugs. And they're great for being able to store quite a few action figures in. And what I actually use these guys for are the figures that I use on a regular basis, or that I have plans to either put up on a display or use them in a diorama. I keep them here because they're easy to store these little totes away and access them and take them whenever I need them, than that big tote that we were just looking at. That big tote's basically for all the stuff that I either have kept from my childhood, or that I've kept because I like those figures, but I don't have the chance or don't use them as often, but want to keep them. So those are really cool. You can definitely use those wherever you want to, and for whatever kind of storage means you may want to use them for. Now, the tote here itself, what I've repurposed this for is actually for all of my accessories for my action figures. Basically, everything accessory-wise is in here. The front here, of course, pops down. And I have 3 different totes in here. The top tote basically has all the small accessories like hands, heads, weapons, all that kind of stuff. And it's a mixture of my Marvel Legends, of my Selects, of my NECA, of my Masterpiece. All those are all in here. Now, the second one down is basically for those bigger accessories or items. So kind of the older accessories or the bigger accessories that don't fit in that top one. Of course, all the Build-A-Figure pieces that I have that I've never completed. And then, again, just more storage for bigger weapons down here as well. And then, finally, the very bottom one is actually for my Batman accessories. So I got my Batman animated figures in here. And then for my other Batman figures, their accessories go in here. And this can all be very quickly tidied up and put away. The top actually has more accessories, kind of loose accessories in here. I keep some of the vehicles in here as well. But it fits everything that I have for all my accessories. So a couple quick and unique ways that you can organize all your stuff. Alright guys, so that's a wrap for this particular video. I hope that you enjoyed it and it gave you some insight and maybe some ideas to make your own dividers for your own storage needs that you have, regardless if it's for action figures, if it's for other hobbies that you do. I really enjoy being able to take the time right now to kind of figure out better solutions for my hobbies. Now, with that stated, guys, I do want to say I hope that everybody is healthy and is staying home if they can and staying safe. I know it can be a bit of a troubling time right now, but we're all in this together. And hopefully you're able to keep yourself entertained and busy during this time. Now guys, if you like the video, by all means go ahead and click that like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel yet and you want to subscribe, by all means go ahead and click that subscribe button and go ahead and click on the bell notification so you can be updated with any new content that I put on my YouTube. I do have a few videos lined up for the next few weeks to post every Friday, so by all means check those out when they come out. And as always guys, stay nerdy.